Pedro Nunes. I am an etoro, popular investor, also known as PM Nunes. And in today's video, I will bring three investment ideas that can help you in terms of investing in 2022. The first idea, having in mind that the maximum target prices of the stock market for the next year is 10%. Most of the projections don't give more than 10% in terms of growth for the next year in the stock market. There are also projections that have a target price that is less than the current price, because we have to have in mind that in the past 2 years S&P 500 performance was exceptional. Because of that, I think that we have to diversify outside the equity market. We have to go into different asset classes. And I will bring one of the ideas is, for instance, the commodity market. We have a persistent and high inflation that, as Jerome Powell said, it is beginning to not being transitory. It's very persistent. So in terms of the commodity market, influenced by inflation, and it is also not correlated with the stock market performance. We have a lot of commodities, from gold, from oil, or general baskets of commodities. So if we diversified outside the equity market, we might have some extra returns in the next year. Another idea, it's related also with the inflation. With inflation, the way that the Fed will combat that inflation, it's beginning with the tapering, decrease of buying of securities, and the next step, it will be the increase in interest rates. And it's projected that in the next year, we will have 3 interest rate hikes. So these interest rates hikes will not be so good for the stock market. And the fixed income, it will be in better positions. When there is an interest rates hike, probably the bond market will decrease the prices because they are inversely correlated. But from that point on, having in mind the projection of the stock market, it's not very good for the next year. I think that the fixed income related to bonds will be more attractive. It will have a very good risk to reward ratio, because we will have assets that will, with less risk, can give a performance of almost 10%. The third idea is within the stock market to invest in dividend stocks. In terms of the projection of the prices of stocks, we don't have a very high performance for the next year. It's a year that we can invest in stable companies that give strong dividends and constant dividends. There are many examples of companies like that. In my portfolio, I always try to combine the growth of price of many stocks that I try to buy in interesting points of entry with consistent dividends. It's a way that we can use to mitigate the price projections for the index for the next year. With these 3 measures, you can have a performance that will be less volatile and that you can use for a very challenging year that I think that the next year will be in terms of the stock market.